Hello, sprinters. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to come to you today. I have something I hope you're going to love, and I hope is going to really help you with your business. So, I hope that this is all working. Hope I don't have any technical difficulties. Okay, so I want to start this training out, because today we're going to be learning how to launch a customer successfully. And you may be thinking to yourself, launch a customer? Yes. Launching it. So when we sign up a new planner, do we help them launch? Yes. So if we launch a customer, think about it. Launching a customer. And I'm going to tell you today how this is so effective and how this is going to really help you with scaling your business. That's what we're doing. We're scaling, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. But I want to kick this off by saying hello. I've missed you guys. It's been a minute, and I'm getting so much amazing feedback from these trainings, and people messaging me saying best $10 I've ever spent. If you feel that way, show some love to these amazing leaders in this group who've really poured their heart and soul into this, and we're almost to the halfway point. So half of you are going to quit, and that's what I want to do first, is remind you, don't you dare quit. Make this a priority. Remember, we talked about that. Make this a priority. And definitely don't get behind. Stay caught up. Stay caught up. So I want to kick this off with telling you that these are my beliefs. And I see Carissa is on here. I saw her name pop up, and she's a makeup artist. She's a farming makeup artist. How cool is that? But it is my beliefs, and Carissa, chime in here. It is my belief that this makeup is a gateway. Write that down. The makeup is a gateway. What is she talking about? Well, it is my belief that people are willing to try a makeup before a skincare. And this makeup can lead to the skincare and all of the products. So I want you to think about that. Maybe you're not a makeup girly. Maybe it's not a priority to you. It is a priority to a lot of people. A lot of people. The beauty industry is one of the biggest industries in the entire world. So this makeup is a gateway. So in other words, I've bought 3 different foundations this year alone, constantly in search of the perfect foundation for mature skin that doesn't cake up, that doesn't settle in the fine lines, that is natural looking and not, cakey or all of the things. And this is doing that. This is going to do that. So I want you to think this makeup is a gateway, because people are willing to invest to try a new foundation easier than they are completely switching their skincare. However, this will lead them to the skincare. Gateway, Carissa, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I'm going to teach you today how to launch a customer. And so how did this come to be? This came about, remember our skincare challenge that we did in January? That's where this was born, because I had a customer that actually got second place, won $750, and she was so coachable, so extremely coachable, that a light bulb went off that this is how you do it. This is how you launch a customer, and the importance of launching a customer. So when you find someone super coachable and wanting to achieve the best results from the skincare, and of course she wanted to do that for the challenge. So that is how all of that was born. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I've got lots of notes here that I want to share with you, and I want to tell you this applies to both lines of the skincare. Both lines. You can do this with both lines. Of course, I sell more rad because of my age demographic. So, but this can definitely 100% apply to the EX line. Okay. Already having technical difficulties. This and Zoom this week, they're killing me. Okay. When you are getting a customer, the important part is you want to show them results. And without pictures, they're not going to see results. So this is what we're going to do. So once you have a customer that you've talked through, you've decided the best line for them, that's the best, that they're gonna start out with. You then want to make sure that you go into detail and set them up for success. I will say that if you have a customer that you previously used an oil-based product, you're going to want to talk to them about the rad no matter what age they are, because that's what they're used to and that's what they're looking for. So keep that in mind. Always ask, what have you used in the past, or what are you currently using? Because you want to make sure if it's an oil-based product that you immediately take them to the rad, because the EX line is water-based, the rad line is oil-based. Okay. So this all came to me. So you guys know there are other companies out there, weight loss companies, health and wellness companies that take on coaching. So this is how it came to me. Why can't I be a skincare coach? Why not? So that is how all of this started coming together. So just the way you launch a planner, you're going to start launching a customer. And you're going to be blown away with what you hear today. Because how you launch a customer is how you're going to monetize and scale business like you never have before. All right. Once you've determined which product line is for them and the conversation that happened, you're now going to either place the order for them or they're going to place the order as soon. So what we're going to go over today are 8 steps. 8 steps that we're going to do to launch a customer. So, and someone put that in the chat. 8 steps to launching a customer. So once they've ordered, the very first thing you do is you coach them on how to take a before picture. I always go into detail, like a selfie. In either natural lighting or really good lighting, you want to take several from the front, several from the side, from each side. So I've coached them on how to get those pictures, and I tell them, thank you for your order. Here's our first step, is we're going to take before pictures. And I have them take those pictures, and I say, while we're waiting on the products to get there, we have our first assignment. And that first assignment is, I want you to take these pictures and send them to me. So they always do. I've only had one that didn't do it. And that's okay. But that's a pretty good track record that all the rest have sent me the before pictures. So I've got their before pictures, and now we're waiting for their products to arrive. Step number 2 is I tell them, text me when your products arrive. So before and after pictures, step 2 is text me when they arrive. And then in step 2, never forget to ask the question, when do you plan to start the skincare? Because just because they received them today doesn't mean they plan to start them today. So you want to make sure you know the date they're actually going to start the skincare. So you now have a plan of action going, and their products have arrived. When do you plan to start them? I go into great detail on how to use the products. Never assume anything. I go into, so what I sell the most of is the oil cleanser and the 3 rad products. So 4 things. That's what I sell the most of. So I go into detail on the cleanser, exactly how to use it. 3 or 4 pumps in your hand, rub it all over your face, dry. And then rub it in for 30 seconds. Like, you have to give them very specific instructions. Rub it in for 30 seconds, then add a little water to it. It's going to foam up, and you're going to rub it another 30 seconds. So you guys get where I'm going with that. Real detail on how to use the products. Then I go into, then you're going to use the toner, and you're going to put, 4 drops in your hand. You're going to rub your hands together. You're going to pat it into your face and make sure your face, neck, around your eyes, all covered. Then I go into step 3, which is the serum. 3 to 4 pea-sized drops. Rub it all over your face, around your eyes, down your neck. And in between each step, I say, give it 30 seconds to dry and set. So I'm setting them up for success, guys. This is the thing. Then I go into the moisturizer and the last step. So you can type out a very descriptive how to use the products for both lines that you send to a customer getting started. So I have the before and after picture, and I have now given them clear instructions on exactly how to use these products. Now, this is step number 4. On step number 4, I tell them, so they say that they're starting the products in the morning. So I take tomorrow and I count out 14 days. And I put that date on my calendar that I'm going to work with them, and I'm going to get some updated pictures, after pictures, to compare for them on day 14. So I have it on my calendar. Be sure and message them and say, I need your pictures today. And I tell them, we're going to do this at 14 days and at 30 days. So do I have names all over my calendar? Yes, I do. But this is very important, guys, that you actually tell them in 2 weeks, we're going to take pictures and compare for you. When they send you the pictures, everyone here, I'm assuming, knows how to do side by side, but you're going to want to do side by side at the same closeness, which is close. You want to get close so that people can see. You want to zoom in on half the face, the forehead, the mouth. You want to zoom in and show them where their skin is changing. I just did one 2 days ago. It was her 30-day pictures. And believe it or not, thank goodness she had her neck in the photos. Her neck has completely changed, as well as these, I forget what these folds are called, have softened around her mouth. Lines are disappearing. And she said, I would have never seen that. So you guys see how important it is to show them. So at 2 weeks, you're going to have them send you updated pictures. You're going to zoom in. You're going to show them how their skin is transforming. And then step number 5 is you put them on your calendar for 2 weeks after that, and you repeat that process. Guys, what's happening as we're going through these steps? And I want you to put this in the chat. I'm building a relationship. I'm building and establishing trust. And most importantly, I'm invested in their skin, and they see that. They see that I really care, and I'm invested in their progress. So this is going to take you a long way, a long way. So just trust me on this. All right. One other thing that I do is let me back up. On the very first day they use the products, I'm going to text them the next day and say, how does your skin feel? Like, how's your face feeling today? So I do that step as well. The day after they start the products is I text them and ask them how their face is feeling. They always come back with, it's so soft. It feels so amazing. I'm so hydrated. They go into all that. So everybody's clear on the first 5 steps. Step number 6 is somewhere between the 14 days and the 30 days. I'm going to message them and say, how are you doing on product? Because for me, selling mostly the rad, that ampule, the serum, is going to be the thing that runs out of first. So I'm communicating with them, how are you doing on product? Because it takes 5 to 7 days to get there. We do not want to interrupt your progress. We don't want to interrupt that. We don't want to miss any days. So how are you doing on product? What does this do? This gives me control of reorders. I know what they need, when they need it. And instead of just winging it, I'm more invested in them actually when they're running low and helping them order, because they're not going to need the oil cleanser. They probably aren't going to need the toner, but they're definitely going to need that serum. So in the EX line, you know, it's gauging how much do they have left, how are they on product, and reminding them 5 to 7 days to get it, and we don't want to run out of product. But this puts you back in the driver's seat of knowing reorders and when they need something. This shows how much you care about them and how much you really are invested in their results. With the RAD, a lot of times I'm also going to suggest the calming gel, because it is stronger. And I do have quite a few customers upgrading from the EX to the RAD. And so a lot of times if, you know, if they're trying the RAD, I will send them a, calming gel from me, you know, just to have on hand in case they need it. So how is all of this starting to come together for you guys? Like actually providing this service. And let me tell you, it's exciting. When these people start sending you their pictures, it's exciting. Like, I love it. It's brought a lot of fun into this job because I'm so excited to see their pictures and to show them. All right. So without pictures, you're just winging it. They're not going to see the changes. They're not going to know when to reorder. They're not going to know that you really want to show them results. And guess what? No one else is doing that. Like, who's providing that level of service in this day and time? So you don't have a lot of competition. And that is going to be a really strong message. And I'm going to tell you how this plays out here in just a second. I also tell them, yes, you may see results in 5 to 7 days. Some people, it takes 3 to 4 months. It all depends. Here's what you say on how your skin responds. And we won't know until you start using it. So I've set them up for, they could see results immediately and it may take some time, but either way, they're okay with that. So I have set them up for success. I will tell you this. I signed up a hair care customer. Guess what? The same thing applies, except for I put her on my calendar for 30 days. Like, her hair is thinning. She's really embarrassed. She's going through a difficult time with her hair thinning. So I told her exactly how to use the hair products. Exactly. Because it's not a normal shampoo and conditioner. We know that. So I told her exactly how to use it. Using your fingertips to massage the scalp. You want to massage it in there. This is treating the scalp and the follicles. And then how to use the conditioner. So in 30 days, she's going to retake her photos. So guys, this concept applies to all of your products. All of them. And guess what's going to happen? Your customers are going to get compliments. What happens when a customer gets compliments? They then are interested in the business. And this, my friends, is what's called organic recruiting. Organic recruiting happens during this process. Going that extra step of investing and caring about someone is going to open doors more than you've ever seen in your life. I promise. All right. Step number 7. I want you to update your before and after pictures. I want you to zoom in. I want you to see what's transforming in your personal skin. This is important, guys. So if you haven't taken your own before and after in a while, it's time to update your own personal photo. That photo can lead to a lot of business. So always be updating your own photo. Now, under step number 7 here, turning this into a business and updating your own before and afters, I'm going to give you 3 ways this opens doors. So, number 1 is once they see the results and they're all excited about their results, and they're going to be, you now have what's called a raving fan. Guys, that's all you're trying to do in this business. You create raving fans, your business is going to explode. And by taking this extra step of this personal care and investment into their progress, is going to create a raving fan for you. And what's going to happen when you create this raving fan? Well, number one, you can say, hey, Sarah, listen, I know you're blown away with your results. If they live by locally, say if you want to invite over 5 friends. So this is how we start monetizing that book of business, guys, with this raving fan. Sarah, if you want to invite over, if you can get 5 women who love skincare there, and of course, not children, grown women, and we get $500 in orders, I will give you a month's supply of the skincare for free. Now, if you don't have Remon dollars or a way to give them that for free, this is where I'm going to blow your mind. What is your discount? Is it 30%? Then you can offer them your discount of 30%. I'll give you 30% off anything you want to order. You're just passing along your discount in order to do a pop-up. Or you can take them something that you already have to them for free. What are you going to give them to reward them for inviting over some friends? So now you've turned a raving fan into a pop-up. Y'all get that? Or referral post. Are they willing to do a referral post for you? And here's another thing. As these before and after pictures are coming in, never, ever, ever post them without their permission. Always, always get their permission before you post it. So if they don't want to do a pop-up and you suggest that, then say, are you willing to do a referral post? And I'll give you a free body cream, whatever. And now you have their testimony and their picture that you're going to use as a referral post, both on their page and yours. So now you've turned this raving fan into a referral post that's not just, hey, will you post? They're excited about posting because they're so passionate about the products and their results. Or number 3, it's only $20 to become an affiliate. You could make up to 40% just sharing these products without a single person on your team. So once you've created this raving fan, this opens up 3 different categories of either a pop-up, a referral post, or they want to upgrade to a planner. You turn this whole strategy into a book of business. And guess what happens when you have a raving fan? Do you think the possibility of them referring people to you is great or not great? I'm hoping you say great in this chat. Yes, that is the truth. You're going to now get referrals because they're blown away with the skincare and your personal touch, your personal service, because in this day and time, no one's giving it. Are you really a skincare coach? No. Am I? No. But they think I am, and I can help them with these products. So launching a customer can explode your business if this is the way you choose to do. So number 8. So now I've talked about how to launch a customer, how to pour into them, setting them up for the best results, and turning that into a book of business with a K-pop-up, a referral post, upgrading them to a planner, referrals, whatever. You've now absolutely, you're monetizing your business. That's what this is called. And so how do you get customers? Well, because sometimes you're thinking, all right, you're telling me all this stuff to do once I get a customer. How do I get a dang customer? Well, let's talk about that for a second. Number 1, and I've said this before, do you believe this is the best skincare on the planet? If you do, then that should be easy. I believe it. You're not going to convince me of any different. You have to have that attitude. Do you believe this is the best skincare on the planet? So one thing I've started implementing is testimonies. Guys, testimonies. You should be sharing a testimony with a picture in your stories every single day, or at least Monday through Friday. Every single day. Put someone's story, testimony up in your stories. Guys, one of these stories is going to click with someone. Do you get that? So you have a variety of different stories going up in your stories with testimonies and before and after pictures. Eventually, that's going to resonate with someone. and then you have a conversation. Now you're able to start getting them in the process of determining which product line is best for them. Also, another thing I've done is, write this down, Transformation Testimony Tuesdays. So I started a photo album in Facebook that I now add to this album on Tuesdays, where I share a testimony, Transformation Tuesday, of a before and after and a testimony. And so that's also kind of falling into a rhythm of, they know on Tuesdays I'm going to be sharing someone's story about how these products have changed their skin and their life. So that's another way that you can kind of settle into a routine. So stories every day, once a week, Transformation Testimony Tuesday, into a photo album. That could work. Stories sell. We know that. Stories sell. So you got to get creative of being a collector of testimonies and stories and before and after pictures. These are going to start conversations, and that's how you start the process of signing up a customer, because it starts the conversation. What all of this is doing, guys, is it's putting you in activity mode. When you're in activity mode, business seems to take off. Anybody ever notice that? When you're busy, your luck increases all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, you're finding all these things that are happening in your business, and it's because you're in activity mode. So sharing stories, working with these customers, activity mode creates more business. And people actually want this level of service. They want this level of someone caring. And all of the avenues that it could open for you with that one person could be endless. It could be absolutely endless. It is having actual attention to detail and providing over-the-top service. Somebody put that in the chat. All this is attention to detail and providing over-the-top service. So my calendar's full of all these dates of when I need 14-day pictures, when I need 30-day pictures. Is that hard to manage? Not right now, but my dream is that it does become where I can't manage it anymore. Imagine this, guys. I want you to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to envision this strategy taking your business to a point where people have to make an appointment with you because you're so booked on helping people, coaching them through their skin transformation. That's the mindset I want you to have, is that this is going to open doors, and you're going to be so good at it that people are going to be having to make an appointment with you because you are so busy with appointments of getting people launching all of these customers. That's where it could lead you, and that's the belief I want you to have. All we're doing here, guys, is we are helping people solve a problem. And that's our job. Our job is to help solve problems. You help enough people solve problems, you're going to be covered up with business. And now we're getting ready to launch all this makeup and stuff, which I told you at the beginning of this, I believe is a gateway to the skincare. So this train is moving at 200 miles an hour, guys. And if you can stay focused on a few of these things and implement them into your daily method of operation, I believe that you're going to see huge things happen in your business with all of this coming together. Stay focused, treat people the way you want to be treated, and learn how to launch a customer as if it were just as important as launching a planner. So I hope that this helps. I 100% believe this is going to open doors for you. And I hope that this helps you in a way to zone in and to start really focusing on giving a level of care that's over and beyond, and developing these raving fans that can completely explode your business. Happy Friday, guys. I've enjoyed being with you here today. I hope this helps you, and I hope that you stay committed to this run, and don't you dare quit. Don't you dare quit. This thing is heating up to where this explosion is happening. Don't miss this. Love you all. Have a wonderful, safe weekend, and we will talk soon.